Hello and welcome to Weide-Market by Weide-Market. For those of you who don't know yet, this channel focuses on your personal growth from where you are right now to where you want to be in terms of genuine wealth. Genuine wealth consists of various quadrants, in fact 4 quadrants, and those 4 quadrants are obviously financial wealth, or the richness or the wealth of money, the abundance of money. Secondly, social wealth, or the quality relationships or the abundance of quality relationships in your life. Then physical wealth, which includes your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual health. And then time wealth, which is your ability to manage and use your time effectively. And as a combination of those 4, you achieve genuine wealth. Genuine wealth can also be considered prosperity. Check out the rest of the channel for other content on how to create extra income, how to budget, and how to enable yourself to increase your financial well-being or your financial wealth. In this video, we're going to be talking about EasyProperties. EasyProperties has been launching IPOs on property developments for roughly the last year, and I thought it would be a good week to cover EasyProperties as an option of diversifying your investment portfolio. EasyProperties is not the platform for you if you are looking to buy and sell within a couple of weeks or even a couple of days. This is really a mid to long term investment, talking about 5 to 7 years before you can get out of the investment. There is dividend income along the way, but we'll cover that in more detail in the rest of the video. Before I go any further, I'd like to highlight that, as with the other investment portfolios on EasyProperties or Easy Equities, the EasyProperties platform provides you with the possibility to invest with no minimum, as well as doing a sectional investment in a portfolio of properties. This allows you to get involved in property investment without having to fund the full investment yourself or get a bond to do the investment with. We'll get into more details as how the public offering works, the IPO, the initial public offering, how the funding works of these properties, how the properties are selected, and where you can find more information about these properties. Let's get into that right now, going into and looking at the platform at the rest of this video. For those of you who haven't done so yet, please remember to subscribe, give this video a like, and check out the rest of the content on this channel. As you can see here, I've logged into my EasyProperties platform, which is done by using the same Easy ID as you log into your EasyProperties, your Easy Equities portfolio. And from your Easy Equities portfolio, you can activate your EasyProperties portfolio. Once you've done that, you can log into your EasyProperties portfolio using your Easy ID. Right now, I'd like to get into how does this work. So if we go into Browse Properties, you'll see there's New Listings and Marketplace. Let's look at the new listings first. Currently, we have the Monroe here, which only opens in 2 days' time. So the IPO, the initial public offering, will open in 2 days' time. So how does all of this work? So when a property needs to get developed, there's obviously funds that need to be raised for that property to be funded for the cost of developing this property. This will happen through various vehicles, but Easy Equities offers the opportunity to investors on the platform to get involved in funding this whatever development they have on public offering. This means that you'll see on screen there's a target funding, and this target funding needs to be reached for the development to go ahead. The market value of the property will be 24 million, where the target funding will be 16 million. The other 8 million will be covered through a bond from the bank. The 16 million rand that is the target funding will be divided into 16 million shares. So each share costs you R1. When you invest 10,000 Rand, you get 10,000 shares, and you'll do that on the IPO. The IPO will typically run over, so you'll get a property being funded at 120%, and then your shares will be allocated to you on a pro rata basis based on the funding of the property. Just to see that the Polo Fields, which is the last closed property that was offered on IPO, you see that it's funded at 119 point something percent. That means that there's overrun on the funding, and the shares will be allocated on a pro rata basis based on the amount that you put in for the investment. Other properties that have recently closed or recently been funded is the Green Park Lifestyle, Black Brick Cape Town, the Blader, as well as 7 on Middle. You'll see that the properties are all in upmarket areas, this one being in Morningside Sandton, which was 204% funded. Going on to the marketplace, you'll see that some of the other properties that were already on auction are the Rockefeller, Black Brick, Green Reef Village. You'll see here that the auction is closed and the market valuation and the current yields and so on. Getting back into it now, we'll see that the Monroe has a target funding or a funding target of 12.3 million. The initial internal rate of return is 10.9%. The internal rate of return is defined as the combination of expected yield and assumed capital growth per year after all costs. Please refer to the prospectus for details on the assumptions used in the calculation. We'll get into where you can find the prospectus just now. The market valuation for this property, like I said, is 16.2 million, where the target funding is only 12.3 million. The balance will be covered by a bond from the bank. The EasyProperties discount is 8.5%. If we go into the next property, the Exchange Lofts, you'll see that the target funding is almost 9.2 million. The market valuation is 14.2 million. Once again, the internal rate of return is about 10.8%. The estimated net rental yield is 6.7%, which is lower than the Monroe, which is expected at 7.9%. The estimated rental yield is an estimated annual rental received less estimated expenses divided by the purchase price. So getting into more details, we'll go into view property. And we'll see that we scroll to the bottom here. The offer opened at 31st of May and will close at the 9th of July, which is this coming week. Then scrolling further down, we can see the average prices and the graphs there. And then here are all the documents on the property. You'll see the prospectus there, registration of certificate, and all the forms that are available and required for getting invested in property. So before you decide that you get involved in a property, you might want to go through some of these documents. I'd like to get into getting paid for the properties that you want to invest in. Let's just, for example, go back to new listings. I saw that earlier. If we go into Exchange Lofts and we go to the financials over here, you'll see that the property purchase value is 13 million less the bond set at 3.8 million, and then the latest property valuation or the target valuation is set at 9.18 million, which gives it 9.18 million shares at R1 a share. And you'll see that the expected gross rental income per year is 1.18 million, with the gross rental yield then being 9.16%. Less the property management fee of 47,000 Rand, and the cost of ownership at 269,000 Rand, which leaves the net rental income received at 870,000 odd Rand at 6.7% rental yield. This rental yield will be paid out in dividends on a quarterly basis. If we go into the dividend calendar, you'll see for the blader it would be December it was paid out 1 cent per share. In January it was paid out at 1 rand 70 cent per share, and in April it was paid out at 1.9 cent per share. Another way that you would make money out of your property investment is by the capital growth. Once the property goes back onto the market for sale, EasyProperties said that they would either do that through offering a sell to investors on the EasyProperties platform, or it'll go out into the market after the 5 to 7 year investment period. The market valuation of the property will be done every 6 months. The physical valuation will be done by independent market valuators. Getting back onto the marketplace, if we go to Browse Properties and Marketplace, this exists as an auction. So once the IPO finishes, there will be a quarterly auction period, and this auction period offers investors the opportunity or the option to auction out the property. This will be done obviously on the auction. There won't be a guarantee that you'll have a buyer, so it'll be willing buyer, willing seller kind of scenario. I trust that this video was informative and cast some light on what potential and exciting possibilities the Easy platform provides to the market and to investors that want to diversify their income into the property market. Of course, the option is always there to invest in the developing companies, so the property development companies themselves, but then you need to know that the difference is that you own share or equity in that company rather than owning physical property. Whereas with EasyProperties, you actually own a share of the physical property in the market. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Be blessed. Cheers.